Okay, right off the bat, you're eating my cord. Hello and welcome to the Julia Pico Designs YouTube channel. It's been a while since my last video. I think it's been about a year, so sorry about that. I think I was sort of being too serious about it. I think I was trying to make sort of podcast episodes, and trying to do that periodically just got overwhelming, and so I just didn't make any videos. So I think we're gonna be a bit more casual about it this time around. See if that helps us be more consistent. Ghost, please don't eat that. This is Ghost. If you can, I don't know if you can see her. There she is. She's my little Torby. She is not feeling very well. We were at the vet yesterday with, she had some stomach issues. We think she might have an inflamed pancreas. So she's just taking it easy, cuddling with me all day. Ghosty, say hi to the camera. No. I don't know if you can hear her purring. Sorry if she's purring too loudly. She has quite the little motor on her, but she's just helping me knit. And what I'm knitting right now is some 2 at a time toe up socks. So you can see there, this is my pattern, the TAATTU Socks pattern. I've just started the toes there, so there's really not much to be seen. But you could see, I don't know if you can see that color is, it's actually my own yarn, my naturally dyed yarn. Please stop, please stop. It's my own naturally dyed yarn. It's my Highland Sport yarn, which is my favorite for socks. It's a little bit thicker than the fingering weight than typical sock yarn is, but I kind of like it. It results in sort of a sturdier fabric, and I wear Blundstones pretty much exclusively, except in the summer when I'm wearing sandals. So the sport weight socks are great for Blundstone boots. So yeah, so this is my naturally dyed Highland Sport, and it is 100% Highland wool, non-superwash, which if you follow me for a little bit, you know that I prefer 100% wool, non-superwash for my socks. I wrote a whole blog post about it too, and I can link that in the show notes as well, because it's kind of a lot to go into right now, but I have my reasons. So yeah, so I knit with 100% wool, non-superwash, sport weight yarn for my socks, and this one is the color is actually, so it's this green, it's this sort of lime green color, naturally dyed with red onion skins. Actually, red onion skins make a green dye, which is unexpected. A lot of people are shocked when I tell them that, but it's one of my favorite colors to dye. And I've got a batch of yarn drying right now. I have several batches of yarn actually, and the red onion this time around didn't turn out quite as vibrant. It's a little more muted, but it's still beautiful green color, which is exciting. I also have some logwood, some kutch, some madder root, and some yellow onion drying. They're all just over in my office on the drying rack. I'll show you that as well. I'll insert some footage here. So I've got some yarn drying here. I'm in my home office right now. I normally do this outside, but it's really windy today. It's like gale warnings and everything, so I can't put the yarn outside. But I've got some, this here is red onion. You can't really tell in this lighting, but it's actually like a pale green from the red onion skins. This here is the yellow onion, which is a more what you would expect, kind of that gold color. Got some peachy madder root there. Some Kutch, again, it's not great in this lighting, but it's kind of a caramelly brown. And then we've got some logwood, and then some very pale purple logwood, logwood exhaust, and soda ash to give it a little more warm tones there. And then I've just put on a pot of cochineal. So we'll have some cochineal soon. I normally dry my yarn outside on our little patio, but it is extremely windy here in Massachusetts today. So that's not happening. I had to bring it all inside. And it's all in my office, which is not ideal because it does take up a lot of space, but it's just temporary. Hopefully the wind will die down, and the weather is still nice enough that I can dry my yarn outside. I also often dye my yarn outside, but it's still a bit cold here in New England, so I've been dyeing it inside on the kitchen stove, which I'm sure my roommate loves. Taking over the kitchen stove with my giant dye pots. But the reason I'm dyeing yarn right now, I normally don't dye in the winter, but I am going to be vending at a festival later this month on March 23rd. I'll be at the Boston Public Markets FiberFest, and I'll have a bunch of my naturally dyed yarns. I'll have some kits there as well, some knitting kits. And I've been doing a new thing with my knitting kits where I just include the yarn, the naturally dyed yarn, and a link to the PDF pattern, which makes it a bit easier for me to put the kits together rather than trying to get all the materials you need together, especially with, well, my Learn to Knit kits still have needles in them, knitting needles, and a darning needle, because the assumption is you're learning to knit. You've never knit before, you don't have any of the materials. But for the rest of my patterns that I'm making kits for, they're kind of intermediate level. Like one of them is the 2 at a time socks. You already know how to knit if you're using this kit. So I'm assuming you already have the needles, or you know where to get the needles, or you have, a preference for what type of needles you like, that kind of thing. And so rather than me wasting my time getting all the needles and extra stuff together that you probably don't want to pay extra for because you probably already have it. So that's the way I'm doing kits these days. It's just the yarn and the pattern. And so far it's going pretty well. People seem to like that much better. So we're expanding the kit line. We have more options. We have, I will have kits for not only the socks, the TAATTU socks, but also the Versailles Scarf, which is one of my best sellers still. It's a little lacy scarf. It's good for spring and summer. And it just uses less than 50 grams of fingering weight yarn. So I have a really nice organic merino fingering that I've naturally dyed, of course, and that's going to go into the Versailles Scarf kits. Yes, little baby. She's so sweet. And then I'll also have kits for my What the Fluff cowl, which is a brioche cowl that uses DK. It uses one strand of Highland DK, which is my 100% wool DK, and then one strand of a DK weight Surrey alpaca silk blend, so a brushed Surrey, also in a DK weight. So it's got one very fluffy strand and one normal, I don't know, sort of more typical yarn strand to create a really cool texture with the 2-color brioche. So yeah, and so I have some of that naturally dyed and on the drying rack right now. And then I'll also just have a couple of other yarns that are just for sale as single skeins on their own, because I know not everybody wants to use my patterns or wants, a kit. They just want the yarn on its own. So I'll have those at the Boston Public Market, FiberFest. I'll also be doing a demo or a little talk, I guess, on different sheep breeds at the festival. I have a cardigan. I'll put a picture of it somewhere here so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a patchwork cardigan that I made 2 years ago for Rhinebeck. It uses 12 different sheep breeds, and I did 12 different stitches, and it's all undyed, but it's not all the same shade. So some of it is like a creamy white color, some of it is light gray, some of it's darker gray, some of it's kind of a very light brown. So it's this patchwork cardigan with all these different stitches, all these different breeds. So I'm going to be showing that off and giving a little talk about the different breeds, their different properties, how the properties of the fiber affect the resulting yarn, and what types of yarn are good, what types of breeds are good for what types of projects, that kind of thing. So that's going to be fun. I'm just having a little sip of tea here from my mug. Let me turn it around for you. It's a very full cup. This is my stockinette heart mug. I don't know if you can see, it's little knit stitches there. This is from Golden Earth Designs. I got this not at Rhinebeck, at one of the Cake Palooza, which is one of the festivals on the Friday of Rhinebeck. So one of the sort of pre-festival festivals. Yeah, Golden Earth Designs was there. She has these knit design mugs, and she has them in more colors too. I'm a neutral girly, so I like that. But she has knit designs, she has quilt block designs, she has sheeps, she has flowers, she has all sorts of fun crafty, fibery things in her mugs, and they're all really, really pretty. And she has some other stuff too. She has little notions notions dishes and things like that, and buttons, of course, all beautiful ceramic buttons. So if you haven't shopped from her before, I highly recommend checking her out. I have 2 of her mugs actually, because I'm obsessed. So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to lately. I have a couple of things I want to show you in addition to the yarn dyeing. I'll show you some of the yarn dyeing later in this video. But I have another exciting announcement. I have a pattern in the latest edition of Making Stories. So Making Stories is a publication based in Germany, I believe. And this is issue number 13. And it's a beautiful, beautiful magazine. It's a nice sort of thin, flexible magazine. Sadly, issue 13 is the penultimate issue. After issue 14, they are closing up shop. And I actually think issue 14 comes out, I believe, in the summer, but they are closing pre-orders for it in March because they are like completely closing shop, not doing any more selling after Q1. So it's after March 31st, you can't buy anymore. So if you want issue 13 and 14, get them now. And if you want anything else, any of their other back issues, I think they're having a sale for those right now. And I highly recommend them. They're beautiful, beautiful magazines full of gorgeous designs. But so this one, the theme is confetti and rainbows. So you can see that cover top is a beautiful like pleated tank top with sort of like a hidden rainbow in the pleats. And it's just really, really gorgeous. There's these lovely, there's these beautiful little socks with tassels on them. That's so cute. Let me show you my pattern. And there's beautiful artwork and stuff in here too. So I should have bookmarked this, but this is my pattern. This is the Flora Fetty slip over. So you can see, look at the gorgeous photography there. And it's kind of hard to see probably on the video, but the confetti comes from, because just looking at the photo, it looks like just sort of a gray blue slip over. But if you look closely on the front, you can see there are some little embroidered flowers on there, just using like a lazy daisy embroidery stitch. So that's sort of the confetti aspect of it. It's like a floral confetti just scattered over the front. And of course, for the sample, we did the same yarn. We wanted kind of a monochrome look, but if you knit it, you can use, this is a great way to use up scraps. So you can knit the actual slip over in one color and then just use scraps to do the daisies, or you can do whatever you want. You can do monochrome, you can do two color, you can do crazy rainbow of scraps. There's a lot of possibilities. So I'm really excited about that design. It's a great transition piece. It's only connected, I don't know if you can really see in the photo. It's just connected by one little tab at the side. It's not like a full vest. So it's a great transition piece. It's very like breathable and easy to wear. So I'm gonna knit myself a sample as well. I haven't decided what colors I'm gonna do yet. I think I am gonna use scrap yarn or something and do some more like fun colors for my flowers. I typically tend to wear a lot of neutrals, but every now and again I want a little pop of color, so I'll probably do that. But yeah, there's just a bunch of gorgeous stuff in this book. So highly recommend Making Stories. I'll put a link in the description as well for that. I have a little affiliate link. So yeah, get your copies while you can. It's very sad to hear of another knitting publication going out of business. It's all too common. I think the expense of printing has just gotten really, really wild. And so many publications are going out of business. So for the ones that are left, please support them. Otherwise we won't have any. And of course, as much as I love the ease of selling designs online, nothing beats holding a real physical book in your hands and getting to flip through the pages, or going into your local yarn store and flipping through the books, right? Like that's so fun. So if you want that to continue, please do support your knitting publications while we can. Right, Ghost? Right. Yeah. Okay, so I backed up a bit for this next part because the next thing I want to show you is my new favorite knitting tool, accessory. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but it's this. It's the Valari Pillow. So you can see it's kind of this U-shaped pillow that has a little buckle here. So you can unbuckle it. And all you do is you put it around your waist, buckle it in the back. And then you just sit back and you can knit, and your elbows are supported by the pillow and you have a nice surface here. You can settle in. It's just amazing for those like really long knitting sessions, which of course, sorry if you can hear Ghost, she's just eating her dinner. I guess it's her lunch. It's great for those long knitting sessions when you don't want to slouch. You got to watch your posture, because if you don't, you're going to end up with some back pain, some arm pain. I frequently get sort of elbow and forearm pain when I'm knitting, and I love this pillow for combating that. It's very easy to use. It's washable too. There's a cover. It's got a little zipper on the inside. So you can remove the cover. I think you can wash the pillow itself too if needed. But yeah, you can wash the cover. And it's just great. You just rest your elbows here and just knit away. It's really, really convenient. And I actually also love it for working on my laptop as well. Uh-oh, here comes Ghost to cause problems. It's great for working on my laptop when I don't want to sit at my desk. Sometimes when my desk is way too messy, I'll come and just sit on the couch with my laptop. I'll rest my laptop right here, just type away. It's just really, really great for preventing arm pain and back pain from slouching. So I highly, highly recommend checking out the Valari Pillow. I will, of course, put a link in the description. I also have a little affiliate link for them because I really, truly believe in this product. I want you to know with the affiliate links, I will never, ever try to sell you something I don't personally use myself or believe in. I kind of, like, I hate that, like, influencer culture. Oh yeah, here's Ghost. I hate the influencer culture of just like telling you you need more stuff and like constantly buying more stuff because, you know, I hate overconsumption and I think we all probably need a lot less stuff. But when it comes to chronic pain, I don't mess around. I have so many chronic pain issues that I will do anything to try to prevent more pain. And the Valari Pillow is great for that. So if you do struggle with back pain or wrist pain or arm pain or just posture issues when you're knitting or crocheting, or when you're like even just reading, or a lot of people use them for video games, that kind of stuff, anything where you're just like sitting there and you just need some support, it's great for that. So I highly, highly recommend it. Yeah, and you can use my affiliate link, and I will also have a little code for you that will get you 15% off your first order. So that's extra little incentive to use my affiliate link because the affiliate link it's, you know, no extra cost to you. It's actually less cost to you, and it just helps me support my business. This is my full-time job. The Juliet Pico Designs is my full-time job, and any little bit helps. So yeah, so please do check them out. It's a very cool product, and it's really helped me a lot with my posture as I'm knitting. All right, I'm here in the kitchen with my dye pot. I've got some cochineal in here, and we are gonna dye another batch of yarn. So, whoops, let me get my glove. I normally don't dye in the winter, and I know I should always wear rubber gloves, but I don't necessarily always do that. And it really dries out your hands. And in the winter, it's so much worse because my skin is already dry and handling all this wet yarn and dye material is really not good. Not good for your skin, so I highly recommend wearing gloves. All right, so this is my Surrey DK, my Surrey Silk DK. This has all been pre-soaked because wool and alpaca is hydrophobic, so it will repel the water, and I don't want it to be like floating on top of the dye pot. So pre-soaked, it's already wet. In it goes. Yeah. And it's still a little hydrophobic, actually. Wasn't quite soaked all the way through. Let me see if I can show you. You can see there. Sorry for my messy kitchen, by the way. That's the Surrey. That's the Surrey, and then I've got some of my oops, where's the shower curtain ring? I use shower curtain rings, just plastic shower curtain rings to keep all my yarn nice and tidy as it's dyeing. This is the Highland DK. This is, oh gosh, can you see Ghost there? Yeah, Ghost has come to supervise. She likes to sit on top of the fridge and supervise my cooking and dyeing and all sorts of things. So this is the Highland DK. It's these are going to go into kits for the brioche cowl, the What the Fluff cowl, which is one strand. It's 2-color brioche. It's one strand of the Surrey and one strand of the Highland DK. In it goes. So this cochineal, as you can see, it's going to turn pink. I always get really nice pinks from cochineal. I've tried also to get it more red with cream of tartar, but I've never really been able to get a proper red from it, so kind of just stick to pink. Who knows? One day I'll try again, I'm sure. I have a bunch of cream of tartar, I just haven't done it in a while. Okay. Now with this kind of dyeing where you just kind of shove it in a pot, you can sometimes get kind of a more tonal look because parts of the skein that are closer to the bottom of the pot get hotter than the rest of the pot. I like to keep it moving as much as I can, but and oftentimes I do get a pretty even color, but sometimes I kind of like the tonal look to it. So each batch is different, each batch is unique. This is why I like doing kits though, is because I don't really do repeatable colorways. I don't really measure out my dye materials. I don't check the pH of the water. All of that kind of takes the fun out of it for me. Feels more like a homework assignment than yarn dyeing, than fun. And so I just like to let each skein be unique. Which works really well for the kits. It's not ideal if you want like a sweater's quantity of all of the exact same color, the exact same shade, the exact same color pattern, all of that. So if you're looking for that, there are natural dyers who can do that. Wool and Palette is a really good one. Emily, she's a friend of mine. She does gorgeous, gorgeous colorways. Woolly Mammoth Fibre Co. in Ireland does amazing, amazing colors too. So check them out if you want consistent more consistent natural dyes. But if you want something unique, I'm your girl. Okay. I'm gonna let that simmer for a bit. Not actually simmering, it's not that hot. But I'm gonna let it steep, and I'll show you the color when it comes out of the pot. So yeah, that's it, I think, for this video. I'm trying to not call them episodes or podcasts because I think that was messing with my brain and making me feel like it was more serious than it is. So just videos, they're just videos. Thank you for watching this video. You can like, you can subscribe, you can follow me on Instagram, you can join my mailing list. I've actually moved, I don't use Instagram as much as I used to. Most of the important info is on my mailing list. So I'll put a link in the description. Get on my mailing list. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Tell me if you like this style of video, or if you want to see something else. And I can try to do that. But for now, I'll see you later. Bye. Say bye, Ghost. Bye.